Hi everyone, today we are driving the 2025 Audi Q3 top-of-the-line model Technique. So we'll start off with a bit of city driving with these kind of a small SUV from Audi. So this car offers a 2-liter turbocharged engine with 221 horsepower and 251 pound-feet of torque. And in general, Audis are just sportier cars, so you expect the engine and the transmission to be more aggressive while you're driving it. So this car has a 8-speed automatic transmission, so it's not a dual clutch like in other Audis like Q5, but it's just very snappy and smooth, as we will see throughout these test drive. But as we are driving it on low speed, this car shows that it's very comfortable as you're driving it on low speeds, because the suspension is tuned for comfort, the shifts are very smooth, and you won't feel a huge amount of jerk as the car shifts upwards or downwards. And as you put your foot on the gas, lots of torque, lots of power. I think 250 torque is more than enough for a vehicle of this size, and it just makes the driving of this vehicle very smooth and easy. This car also has a mild hybrid engine, so you see on the left it's just a little bit smaller to see, but it's just showing how battery is performing, whether it's charging or not. So this is a typical Audi engine, similar to an A3. Usually A3 and Q3 share the same engine, and this is the case here for the Audi. I love this digital gauge cluster in general, and you can also change it to lots of different things. So in this beautiful infotainment system in the middle, you can just go inside. Let me see, it should be in the settings, and then as you go to this display and brightness, you can just change the Audi virtual cockpit. It should be in the MMI, or maybe you don't, it's in consumption. You can just change that, but yeah, probably, yeah, you can just change a couple of different things here, like the average speed, distance driven, or no display. A little bit of customization. It's not like the Audi A3, which you can change everything all together at once. A little bit different, but this Audi Q5 is actually going through a complete redesign for the 2026. So this one is just still a 2025 model. So you can expect to see a completely different thing for the 2026, completely redesigned Audi Q3. But yeah, I love the brake feel. It's just very smooth, very easy to stop this car to a very smooth stop. And you see the car turns off by itself. It has an auto start stop engine, and because of the mild hybrid engine, this feature is just a very smoother in compared to a completely internal combustion engines. And I love how Audi still kept as physical buttons for the 2025 model. We have a tiny display here for the climate control. We have these dual zone climate control here, but they kept it so it's just a lot easier to change the climates. We don't have any cooled seat available, but all the physical buttons are still here. We also have this traditional shifter with these manual mode, which, as I put it in manual mode, it just turn on the engine. But we don't have any paddle shifters, which is okay. I mean, this is just not a hugely big sporty car. It's just a comfortable car in general, so no one really cares if it says the paddle shifters or not. But I love this traditional shifter. Audi, some of the Audis, you have these smaller kind of thing, like an A3 and an A5 or Q5. But this one looks better to me in general. But it's totally subjective. To me, it looks better. But in general, I love this, like this infotainment system. It's just very sharp, very responsive. Like anything you do is just super fast. You can also have these parking aid, which helps you park a lot easier. I wish it has more customizations for the display like an Audi A3. It is just only, you can just change the brightness and a couple of different features on it and nothing more, which is I wish it was like other cars, but the response, the refresh rate, the brightness on these gauge cluster is top notch, honestly. So good. The response is amazing. But these physical buttons on the steering wheel, they are just kind of a little bit plasticish, not matching an Audi. And the price point of this vehicle, which is around like 50 to 60,000 Canadian, or can even go higher than 60 if you just, you know, add more options to it. But the power wise, it was so good. It just offers and delivers a good amount of power. And the shifts are very smooth. You don't feel them that much. And it's just, you know, this vehicle goes as fast as you want with a single push on the gas pedal. It's just so powerful. The torque on this vehicle, like 250, 260, is just enough to get up to speed and for the hard accelerations if you want to merge on the highway. Yeah, it's just so good. Even it alarms you when you're just getting too close to the vehicle. That just detects the crash that might happen. Kind of a brake collision system, you know, alarms you when you're just getting too close or might crash to the vehicle in front of you. So let me just, this car offers a couple of drive modes. So we have the off-road, comfort, auto. Let me just put it in the dynamic, which typical on Audi, it's just gonna be the highest performance one. You see it just turned to dynamic, a little bit reddish. Let me just put it in the manual to just test out the transmission. So let's go with downshift. Like the shifts are very good. I wish they had paddle shifters, but anyways, downshift. Very good. Like typical from Audi. The 8-speed transmission is just very snappy, as you can expect. Like 7, downshift, downshift. Like any options of downshift is just no lag at all. It's not like a dual clutch transmission from Audi. Like those dual clutches are a little bit faster, like an A3 or a Q5 and A5. I think A3 is also the same thing. But this one is just good enough for the majority of the people that love to drive it comfortably. They don't usually put it in the dynamic or they really care that, you know, the transmission is just a little bit laggy. Then this is all you ever need from a transmission. Very quick to shift, less upshift. And if it's dynamic mode, if you just put it in the comfort mode, which I will put it right now, it's just a little bit hesitant to keep the gears, which is typical. You want to have a better fuel economy, so it's gonna downshift, downshift. I think the shifts are just, obviously it's not as snappy as a dual clutch transmission from Audi. A little bit slower, because I've seen like a Q5 or A5, they are just much quicker to downshift or upshift, but this is okay for this vehicle. And the engine noise is okay, it's not that bad, and I think might be fake, I'm not sure, because it's a 2-liter engine. It's not that big of an engine to have that much of a sound coming from it. And as soon as I lift my foot off the gas, it will start charging the batteries. It's a tiny battery, a mild hybrid engine, typical on all Audis. So far the fuel consumption is like 12.2, which is, you know, similar to other mild hybrid engines for these SUVs. If you want the best of the best fuel economies, then you should go with a full hybrid, not like a mild hybrid engine. Mild hybrids are just, you know, have a small batteries, so it's just not as fuel efficient as the full hybrid engines. So let me just, I think we were in the comfort mode. Let's put it in the comfort mode. We have a couple of active safety features on this car. One of them is just the adaptive cruise control, which is just with these weird stick here, which is, I mean, the quality on this one is just a little bit weird, questionable. I wish it was just something on the steering wheel itself. Let's take over the quick acceleration. You know, as we are in comfort mode, you know, it just takes a little while for car to downshift, which is typical and expectable from this mode of driving. So yeah, we just set it here, and then you can just change the distance with these buttons here, which is, you know, the quality is just not that great, honestly. I wish it was, you know, like something on the steering wheel. And this car also offers this lane departure warning, just, you know, holds the steering wheel for you as you just go off the lane. But I don't think it just offers these lane guidance on this model, on this specific model. It just warns you as you go off the lane. Let me just give it a try here. You see it just turns red and just warns you if you're just going outside of the lane. But it's not lane guidance completely keeping you in your lane. See, it's speed. You can just set it from here, and the adaptive cruise control and lane keeping assist. The thing is about Audis is that those lane guidance things are not working under 40 miles per hour, 60 kilometers. But when this guy turns green, like on the bottom right, meaning that it is just keeping you centered. And this vehicle also offers that lane guidance, like typical in all Audis. This is just also offered here. It just only doesn't work on speed lower than 60 kilometers, which is okay. I mean, usually mostly, you know, use it on the highway rather than just having a city driving low speeds. It's perfectly fine. Yeah, so right now we're just driving with these automatic kind of a lane guidance. This doesn't work that well. Like it's not totally keeping you centered in the lane. Like the speed is above 60 and we have a kind of a mild turn here. It only just, you know, correct your steering for you if you're just going out of your lane. But in general, automatically it won't center you at all. It will just wait until you go out of the lane and then just turn for you. It's not like similar to an Audi, like an Q5 or A5, which they offer like full lane guidance as a whole. It's a little bit different. I was just testing it out right now. You know, I wish it had it. Just the price point of this vehicle is just not good. I wish it had like cheaper cars than this offer these things, even on any speed, like Hondas or Toyotas even, they just offer it on any speed. You can just have and turn this system by itself. Just the car drives by itself pretty easily, but this car doesn't offer that. It's just only that lane, like a kind of a departure warning. So right now it's not kind of steering that much for me. It just waits for me to like go outside of the lane and just turns the steering wheel for me. This system on like these model doesn't work that well. The adaptive cruise control is fine. The only complaint is just the positioning of it, like where it's station, like it positioned, and the feeling of the material there. But this lane guidance is not that good, honestly. But the brake feel is pretty good. I had a video on the Audi A3 that I was complaining about the brake feel, but this one is pretty good. No issues at all. Like very smooth. Yeah, lots of torque. It just pushes you to the seat as you know, push it hard. No issues with the power at all. You won't feel any lack of power to getting up to speed. These displays are good. This one I wish it was like more customizable. I've seen on other Audis like an A3, which you can just put the map there, lots of configuration. This one is just not as much. And the fuel economy obviously on these cars is just not that great. So maybe these are like the main complaints. But we will see about the material, that some of the parts are plastic-ish and not perfectly good for these price point, not matching the price point of this vehicle. But the steering wheel, like it's okay, like the quality is okay. These buttons are not that great. They're just very cheap looking plastic, which is weird for this price point. This is a kind of a entry-level luxury car, and I wish these were like a better material on those. We will see it shortly now. But for city driving, this steering wheel is just very, very loose, very easy to turn, and at highway speeds it's very stiff. So handling wise, steering wheel wise, it's just very good. Like very, very light steering wheel. I could easily turn it even with one hand, which is amazing. So as we just approach here, I want to show up the backup camera, which we don't have any 360 camera here, which only have a, you know, surrounding view kind of a sensors, as well as this backup camera. The quality is not that good, not matching the price point of this vehicle, obviously, and I wish it was a little bit better. So let me just park the vehicle here. Yeah, the backup camera quality is not good. So yeah, let's just park the car, and it just turns off the engine, as I said, because that's auto start stop system. And let me just turn off the engine. Good, kind of a animation there as you turn off the engine. So yeah, as I was saying, these parts are just, you know, they are plasticish, they're soft plastic, but I wish they were like a better quality. This door handle is just a little bit weird as well, a little bit loose, and it's tiny. These buttons are kind of a plasticish. We don't have a lot of like leather wrapped stuff going on around here. Both sides are power adjustable. We have these thigh support as well. 2-person memory seat, but I think these material, like here, you're just paying a lot for this, and the materials are just not that great. I love this part, by the way. Like this Quattro is good. These like part feels really good, and as I said, this display like works and feels really good. Lots of options and stuff. You can control a lot of different things for your vehicle settings. And yeah, so let's go and check out the exterior. We have this light control here, and these kind of a piano black, and I mentioned that we have these buttons here, and these also like a bit of plasticish here as well. I don't like it here, honestly. It could have been like leather wrapped here or here. The leather on the seats are okay, but here the material, overall material, doesn't match the price point to me, and I wish it was a little bit better. But anyways, but the exterior, typical from all Audis, let me just close up that door, is pretty good. Nothing special about these like front lights, because this doesn't have these matrix LED signatures lights from Audi. Those are available on the Q5 if you want to have those. Beautiful Audi logo. This blacked out grille looks pretty good. These blacked out wheels, which you can customize it. This is the version. We have this kind of a greenish color. We don't have the power folding mirrors, but they are blacked out, and we have these like blind spot monitoring. These Q3 and the Audi logo is also kind of a black out. Power lift gate. Huge amount of trunk space available. Let me just turn and close it. And as I said, on the front we don't have these waterfall animation for the lights, but on the back we have this water light animation, which is cool, typical from Audi, signature Audi stuff. Yeah, in general, a pretty good looking car. The interior, it has only those couple of things that I didn't like, but in general the driving experience of this car is pretty good, and general looks amazing. Lots of different things, and I wish the material was just a little bit better for this price point. And yeah, with that said, we have reached the end of this test drive for the 2025 Audi Q3. So if you have any comments, thoughts, or feedbacks, I would be very happy to see them down below in the comment section, and hope to see you all in the next videos. Thank you.